Okay, with all that said, the friendly and the hostile universe. To enter into a friendly universe, there's some things that you have to be willing towards, and you start experiencing. Again, on a group level, I think this will happen much clearer because we share it. That's the nice thing about a group is we share our experience because we're one, and if we're willing toward our oneness, if someone goes through some dark night of the soul, we've all gone through it, so we don't have to all go through it again. We can consciously accept that and share that together, and be immersed in that. But here's kind of the deal: what I see at this point from where I'm standing with a friendly and hostile universe. In a friendly and hostile universe, in a friendly universe, or the hostile universe, for instance, the hostile universe is one of entropy. It's built of entropy. The scientists will say that too. It's like it builds up to come crashing down. So everything, that's why you can know that in politics or anything, or relationship-wise, or anything you do in your life, that's why we have things like karma, why we have cause and effect in the world, because the way the world works is it's all on a perception. And what the efforts we put in to perceive something create a rise, and then we have to sustain that, because if we don't sustain it, it falls, it crashes back down to ground zero. That's the way the universe is, ground zero. And we'll talk about the friendly part of that, but in the hostile universe, that seems like what all we're doing most of the time is trying to solve problems, to solve them, to have them crash down again eventually. And so that's why cause and effect applies. That's what karma applies. Now, in the friendly universe, cause and effect and karma they have no basis, because if you think about it, say cause and effect, look at it as cause and effect. For every, cause there's an effect, or as in some of the laws like as in mind, so in manifestation, what you think is what you get, doing to others as you would have them do unto you. That's a law of the world as far as cause and effect. It's also a great precept for just being at peace, but it's one, because you can also reverse that and say, you will be done unto others as you have done to them. That's cause and effect. That's karma. That's how it works. And it works in the world because it's formed that way. It's one of entropy. But when you surrender good and bad, when you surrender what you prefer to what you don't prefer, because you live in a friendly universe. In a friendly universe, what you start to see, what you'll have to accept, is that the friendly universe knows you, and it's like everything that is working in the friendly universe is working for you, even though you cannot see it. But it will always work for you. And the reason why that may sound like a far-fetched thing, is because hardly anybody lives in a friendly universe. And even when they try it, they're bouncing back into the hostile one when the first sign that something is out of order. Now, for me, when I live in a friendly universe now, and I still react to the hostile universe, but not very long, because my decision's been made. Yeah, my decision's been made. Earlier on in some of my videos, we talked about the ego, because I've had conversations with my ego where my ego came up to me and said, all this hostile universe, like taking care of it and beating it, everything that the ego was serving up, that kind of there was between the ego and me, which is one, having these expectations about overcoming something that was wrong, that the ego was finding inside me, that was being reflected in the world in a certain case, and saying, hey, you need to do something about this. And I couldn't. All I could say was, I don't know. It'd say, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Like thousands of times millions of times over and over and over again. I go, I don't know. And then finally it said, you can't do any of this stuff, can you? And I went, no, I can't. Because my mind had been made up. I'd made my choice that I lived in a friendly universe. And this is where the group's really important, because I didn't make a choice of will or do some sort of meditation program to come to that place. I came to that place like an alcoholic, or totally came to his place, or an alcoholic comes to the place of freedom from drinking and what happens beyond that, like freedom of spirit, because it gave out on me. I reached the point where I hit rock bottom. I hit rock bottom on the hostile world. I knew about the hostile world since I was a child, and it made no sense to me, and I was learning how to work in it. But at some point, I hit rock bottom, and I couldn't do it anymore. I just couldn't. I had no what it meant is I had no vision for it. I had no faith in it. There was nothing in me that would motivate. We say, well, if I do this, then life will get better. It'll go back to something, or it'll get better. And I go, I can't see that. I can't see that. I just cannot see that happening. This pathway, I just see it, the same path where no matter where it goes. And because of that, I came into this place of entertaining the friendly universe because I could see the friendly universe. And the hostile universe, I just had no faith in anymore. So I was moving in the friendly universe more. And then I know some of the people who are listening to this, who are reaching out, have experienced that. And some of you that haven't experienced that, but you've longed for it because you know it inside you, whether you can say you consciously experienced it or not, you have, and I know, and you're maybe saying, well, how can I get there? How can I get there? And just hold those things first, because more will be revealed. And it's not a question of, I'm going to tell you how. Okay, this is the end of this site. I'm doing 6 minutes.